What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? How you living? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast, The Debate Table. Now, for those that are new to this is a podcast that serves as an umbrella underneath my gaming channel, B.D.B.G.P, which is Big Daddy Beard Gaming Promotions. Here on this podcast, what I like to do is come up with different topics that I've created and that you've also helped me come up with in order for us to have a good time, enjoy each other's company, and give our honest take and opinion on these different topics. So many different ones to choose from. But on top of that, we also debate and we have fun doing so as well. So just know that there's no criticism, there's no judgment, none of that. We're just here to give our opinion and our take on every single thing that we talk about, every single topic, regardless of what it is. So before we dive into tonight's topic, if you guys want to purchase any merch, I do have it available here. You see it, TDT, debate table, all different colors and sizes. Just let me know if you want it on a hat, if you want it on a shirt, whatever you want it on, I definitely got you. So just let me know. Also, too, I do have the link pinned in StreamYard. So if anybody wants to come up and join in on the debate and the discussion, just pull up your chair and let's make it happen. Just make sure that when you come up, that you're in a setting where it's quiet, not a bunch of noise or other devices going on in the background that can create like any type of feedback and stuff like that. Again, make sure it's lighting so that we can see you. Again, unless you don't want to be seen, you can always switch your camera off like this, or you can make yourself seen like I do. But again, it's completely up to you. No pressure whatsoever. And most importantly, whoever does come up, just make sure you're respectful of everybody else that's joining in the topic and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. So let's dive into it. But before we do so, let me start welcoming everybody in that's making their way in. What's going on, Marvel? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm getting it tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a co-op stream with one of my boys, so I'm definitely on it. Trust me. I know it's going to be dope. Welcome everybody in. All right. I got my lady in the building, Mrs. EC. Hey, baby. Welcome in, mama. How y'all feeling? How y'all living? All right. So as people start to make their way in, we're going to dive into the topic. So let's get ready to do this. All right. So as you guys see the banner going across, we're going to be talking about popular board games. So for those who don't know, I've been a fan of board games ever since I was a kid, through my family, friends, everybody that I know, even when I used to go like to school and summer camps and stuff like that, or all those different programs where they had different board games, I was always fascinated to see what they had, what we were able to play. I used to love just getting everybody together just to rock out and just have a good time. It was absolute fun, especially when different games would come out and I would learn about some of the other ones, even just from watching the television commercials, when I was a kid and whatnot, and all the different ads and everything. I used to love the music. Everything about it was just dope. And I couldn't wait to play certain ones. Even if I didn't already have it, I was always looking forward to it because there's so many. But yeah, we're going to dive into a couple different ones. And again, most people might have the perception that, board game is just related to like Monopoly or Trouble, things of that nature. Believe it or not, there's tons of different ones. So I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis about it so that you guys know what other board games there are besides just the more common ones that you guys know. So board games are tabletop games that typically use pieces. These pieces are moved or placed on a pre-marked board playing surface and often include elements of table, card, role-playing, and miniature games. So just keep that in mind. So again, it could be Uno, it could be dominoes, things of that nature, all different types. So don't just think that it just correlates to just Monopoly or Candyland or Parcheesi or, Life, Connect Four. There's tons, from games like I Declare War or ping pong. those type of games. Anything tabletop related, it gets correlated as a board game. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's get to the first question here, because again, I have a couple of them that I want to ask everybody. So for those here, question 1, even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? So that's the first question. Let me know what you guys think about that for those coming in. Yeah, I'll eventually get around to it. I'm not a real big Borderlands fan, but we'll see. We'll definitely see, my guy. But yeah, that's the first question there. So feel free to give your take on that. I'll actually go ahead and kickstart it off myself. So for me, I think the reason why they're not as popular is because of the fact that, times have changed, things are a little more advanced now. More people are kind of straying away from playing those type of board games, some of the fun ones, because think about it. You don't really see too many commercials or too many ads for some of these games and whatnot. Think about it. From like the 80s and 90s, you used to see so many different commercials, you used to see so many ads all over the place. It was really popular back in the day. But, now so much, especially, with streaming and everything, you rarely hear conversations about different types of board games, to be honest. I know recently I just saw that they have a new Connect 4 game, and it's actually pretty interesting too. It's called Connect 4 Spin. And I was just watching, and I was like, oh, you know what? Like, that's actually pretty dope how they did that. I was actually thinking about even buying it myself, to be honest with you. But that's probably the only one that I've seen as of lately. I mean, you think back at some of the older ones, it was heavy back then. Because, board games was definitely the major thing. But I think now that, you don't see too many people coming together, having fun, I think that's one of the reasons why it died out and why you don't see as much advertisement for it. Because you got video games now, which is like the biggest market and platform. You got streaming. So it's like, they kind of just left all those poor board games, up in the dust somewhere in the attics or down in the basement, and, you can only just see the sad look on their faces. But for me, I don't have as many as I used to, but I still do have like a couple of my favorites though. I got Dominoes right here. Absolutely love this. One of my favorites here. I do have other ones, just not here. But, coming up, though, just about everything that you could think of, I definitely had them. So I think that's really what it is. It's just not more people are just into what's going on right now and what's happening. You got social media platforms, TikTok, things of that nature. So it's just like board games are just kind of, on the back burner. But some people, believe it or not, they still do have a wide collection. Like some of my friends and family that I've hung out with, you go in like their closets and stuff like that. They still do have some of the really dope board games, with Yahtzee, Boggle, Pictionary, Trivial Pursuit. So it is really good to see that people still have them and they haven't completely forgot about them. But I think as a whole, everything that's just going on, with this technologically advanced world that we're now starting to enter more and more into, yeah, it's kind of like a thing of the past. Sad, but true. Favorite horror game is Dead Rising. Okay. So that's what's up. My favorite horror board game is The Walking Dead, all of them. Oh, really? I didn't know that they had a board game for Walking Dead. Okay. I got to check that one out. I never knew that. That's what's up. What's going on, B.G.B.? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome and appreciate you joining. Folks don't know how to come together as a family and just be in each other's company. Exactly. You nailed it right there. That is it. That is like the perfect way to sum it up. Exactly. Yeah. Like whatever happened to just, turning off all the devices, hell, even unplugging the internet, just pulling out some of these classic board games and just having plain fun, like everybody pulling out the Twister game and just getting down on the floor and, breaking some of those bones and, trying to put your arm here and your leg there. And, it's like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think most people too think the fact that, these games are too kiddie, like, I'm too old to be doing that. Like, look, let me tell you something. You're never too old to stop having fun. Never, never. Again, ain't that right? Look at my dice. Never too old. Like I said, this has been in my closet for some time now. Ever since I moved into my condo, I still pull it out from time to time. And, I got like a couple things in here. Got my mini dominoes. For anybody that want that smoke, let me know. Let's get it popping. I got a couple like trick dice and stuff like that. I don't really know what is on these. I can tell you right now, this is the Vegas style type of dice. I don't really play this because I already know if I do this, I'll crap out and I ain't got time to be losing my money. Times is hard. We in the days of the inflation, so got to save money, not blow money. But yeah, never too old. Never too old. JM, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Favorite board games are Monopoly and chess. Nice, nice. That's what's up. But yeah, I gotta pin back this comment that Bella said. Love this response right here. How folks don't know how to come together as family and just be in each other's company. That is the reason why all these board games sit on the back burner. But absolutely. And then, like I said, it's just the fact that we live in a society now where there's so much going on that's kind of diverting everybody else's attention and taking away from, some of our favorite pastimes and having fun and stuff. So definitely right there. I do agree with that. But yeah, again, for those coming in, that's the first question right there as we dive more into the topic of popular board games. So let me know what you guys think about that as I continue to keep scrolling through. Okay. What's going on, Erica? How you feeling? How you living? That's a dope logo right there. I like that. Appreciate you coming through. Welcome, welcome. Here is the first question for those coming in. But yeah. But as I was saying earlier, for those coming in, I saw recently that they did this game. It's actually a new version of Connect 4. It's called Connect 4 Spin. You guys might have seen it because I know they've had it on like some of the YouTube ads and even just on like regular cable and some of the streaming platforms. So that one looks pretty interesting, but that's probably, I feel like right now, that's like the last of the Mohicans as far as like board games and popular commercials for board games. I haven't really seen anything since that. So, yeah, I'm hoping that, they start to do more. Like, I feel like, Connect 4 Spin is definitely a way of reintroducing some of the board games that we used to play. So it looks like they're going to eventually start to turn some of our favorite ones back, like maybe put different versions out of these games. That would be really dope if they do that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I agree with, yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just like, we got to get back into having fun. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with, video games and, stuff like that. And, doing the TikTok videos and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is bringing people together, but sometimes it's like, you know what, let's save money on that electric bill and stuff like that. Let's turn off all this stuff and, let's pull out the game of Monopoly. Let's pull out, some old fashioned dominoes and let's get busy. Let's see how, let's put the real gamers to the test, so that's how I feel about that. All right, let me read everybody's. Minion, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. I'm just working right now. Okay, yeah, do your thing. I know everybody's on the grind and the hustle right now with the holidays coming up. Yes, we need a break from the old-fashioned game. We need to break out of that old-fashioned game nights that we used to do. Absolutely. I remember, just being a kid and, we would play video games and stuff like that. But then what we would do is my friends and family, we would alternate with all the different board games we had. So whenever I would hang out with them or spend the night and whatnot, we would play a different board game every night. We go from checkers to Monopoly to the Game of Life to Clue. I wasn't really big on chess. I'll be honest. I'll be the first one to tell you. But everything you think of, Uno, all of them, just a different game every night or every other night if we weren't busy and whatnot. But definitely I used to love that, and it was fun because it brought everybody together. We could still compete. We can enjoy each other's company. We could all have a good time, laugh, joke. It was just so dope. Even what's the one where you got the big chart and you got to draw and everybody's on teams and you got to guess what they're drawing. Is that Pictionary? I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But absolutely, don't throw out your board games. If the internet goes out, they will. Hey, JM, I love that response too. Absolutely. Don't throw that stuff out. Don't throw anything board game related out, no matter what it is, because like I said, there ever comes a point where things shut down, we need some way to keep ourselves entertained. So I love that response. Love it. Love it. Erica said, I think board games aren't so popular because of these game systems. Kids rather talk to strangers than spend time with people in their household. Woo! Bella, Erica, JM, I love your responses. I love that. You guys are not lying right there. Absolutely. We only one question in, and y'all already hitting the nail on the buzzer right there. That's exactly what it is. They would rather talk to strangers and just random people that they don't know instead of spending time with mom, dad, brother, sister, even the dog. Hell, sometimes, you get the dog involved or the cat or, whatever type of pet you have. They be even playing too. They grab the dice and stuff. If you teach them and train them right, they roll it for you. Yeah. What happened to those? Monopoly was my joint. You know what? I played Monopoly, but I don't know. I don't want to say I don't understand it because I do, but it's not at the top of my list. I think I would need somebody to retrain me on how to really play it. I'm gonna ask my lady because I think I'm pretty sure she plays Monopoly. I think I remember her saying that she did like that game. So I'm gonna ask her one of these days if she could help me and stuff. She actually helped me kind of start to really understand dominoes a little bit because the whole time I'm sitting there playing and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm thinking I'm winning and stuff. She's like, no. She's like, babe, you losing. I am? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm just watching all the movies and commercials and, they just slam the dominoes down and they be all hyped up. I used to do that. She was like, no, that's it. You still lost. I'm like, oh, okay. But it is what it is, though. Bella loves money. Hey, don't we all? Don't we all? Okay. Let me keep going through. Pictionary. I cannot draw. I mean, look, even if you're not an artist, it's still just all about having fun. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's not about who's the best artist or who can come up with, the greatest design and stuff like that. As long as people know what it is and they understand it, that's what it's all about. So I definitely, just love to see the creativeness and how much fun everybody's having and whatnot. Especially, when all the adults come together. Sometimes when it's not, just the kids and stuff. Even when you have those adult parties and stuff or those get-togethers and everybody's sipping, drinking, eating, and you just pull out that classic board game and everybody just starts having a ball. You love it. You love it. Lots of people still play cards like poker. Oh, yeah. Of course, Vegas and stuff like that. Even like some of those online tournaments and things like that. Yeah, like if you have a guys' night and stuff like that. Yeah, I still see people do that. I'll be honest, I don't play that type of stuff. Anything that's involved with money or betting, I don't got time. I work hard for the money. Like the song, you work hard for the money. I work too hard to be losing all my money to a game of poker or what's the other game, roulette and all that stuff like that. The minute I hear people say, yeah, Olsen twins, Full House, or Four Kings and all that, I'm like, damn, nah, can't do it. So, all right. Unless you count drawing on faces. That I mean, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, look, art is art. Everything in this world revolves around it, so there's nothing wrong with that. I think they had a board game, something like that, where you had to actually draw on the faces. I don't know which one it was called. I got to check again, but because I actually have a list of like the top 100 games, so I'm not sure, but I got to look and see what it was. Yeah, that too. You know, just being on the phones, being on any type of device definitely keeps people out of the loop, and you know, just has these poor, lonely games just sitting in the corner, just looking like, damn, like, hello, you know, you went to Walmart or Toys R Us, KB Toys, Target, you bought me. Why you just got me sitting in the corner? Show me some love, you know. Sometimes I'll play dominoes by myself, win and lose. So, you know, show those board games some love. Don't diss them. Don't diss them. Monopoly's a fighting game in my. I could, you know what? I could imagine that. I could imagine Monopoly, Life. What's another one? Like Battleship. All of those. That's funny. That is funny. Okay. Looking at social media, other people was living their lives. Yeah, exactly. All reasons why board games are just now just sitting in the dark. So I'm loving these comments right now. I'm loving everybody's take on this and whatnot. Does your wife play dominoes with score of? She does, believe it or not. Last time she was out here, we were actually playing, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was getting my ass whooped badly. I think I won one game. I think I did, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I couldn't keep up because like she gets busy with dominoes like that, Uno, couple other games. Like she's nice with it. She's nice. Cowboy, what's going on, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Welcome, welcome. Royal Flush. I was trying to think of the other one. Thank you, JM. Yeah, anything like that? Yeah, I'm losing. Mama, what's going on? I got my mom in the building. How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining. KO, what's going on, my guy? Oh, yeah. Everybody's been hitting me up. I'm ready for it. Tomorrow I'm doing a stream on it, so be on the lookout for that. Okay. Yes, Monopoly and Spades are, can you get cussed out in English? English and Spanish? Dang, that's bad. You know it's bad when you play a board game and you start cursing somebody out in a whole nother language that you don't even know. Wait, what? Oh, a word? Yeah, guess what? Domino. And, oh, I love it. I love it. That's funny. What's going on, Yoshi? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. I play marbles and ditch 'em. Ditch 'em. Ditch 'em. I feel like I heard of that one. I feel like I heard of that. I'm not. What's ditch 'em? You gotta explain that one to me again. Marbles, yeah, definitely. Jacks, yeah, absolutely. So everybody, welcome in. Again, still answering the first question. I'm going to dive into the next question, but here's the first one for those making their way in. We're talking about popular board games. Question 1, even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? That's the first question. So I'll give it a minute while everybody's formulating their answers. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all joining. All right, I'm going to dive into the next question, everybody. So question 2. Why do you think certain board games didn't get as much attention as the more popular advertised ones? So that's question 2. For me, I created a good question and having a hard time figuring out that one. I would have to say certain ones weren't, I think because they just weren't as fun. Like, I feel like they got boring pretty fast. Like, I'll be honest, I love the Battleship commercials. They made the game look fun, but then when you actually get the game, it's just like, it's all right. You know, so I think they don't hype them up enough, you know, certain ones. Like the more popular ones, they have the nice little commercial, they have the ads, they have the amazing theme songs to go with it. That just like as soon as you see it and you hear it, and then when you finally play it, it's like it lives up to that. So I think that's why the more popular ones get more recognition than some of those other ones. Because you do have some that are just like, they could be a lot better, but they just don't. To me, they don't live up to the hype. If you're gonna make a really dope commercial or have a really good theme song behind that commercial or that advertisement, it has to live up to the hype. It has to be anticipated. If it's not, then it just like defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why we didn't invite friends to family game night. Feelings will get hurt. Look, here's the thing, and I'm glad you said that. No one's feelings should be getting hurt. No one should get in their feelings or get upset or pissed off and be ready to fight. It's just a game. It's like Jay-Z said, it's only entertainment. Don't get upset. I mean, yes, it's all part of competition. It's all just in having fun, but it's not worth fighting over, I mean, it's Monopoly or it's Uno. Like, it's not that serious. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. If it's a draw, it's a draw, which is very rare in some games. But, I mean, have fun, though. I think you know what it is, though. You have those people that, they sip, they drink. And, of course, when, like Jay-Z said, when the Remy hits the system, ain't no telling. I think what happens is, as soon as that happens, now it's just like everything you wanted to say now comes out. And it's the perfect way to do it. Take it out on people in a board game. So, but to me, I don't think it's that serious that people should like really start scrapping or getting into it or cursing the other person out and all of that. I never forget when I was watching Kevin Hart stand up and he was talking about how he has his friends come over for family game night and how they'll literally like, they'll be so deep into it that they'll start like roasting each other or like saying all types of stuff about one another. Like, oh, yeah, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You ain't ish. It's just like, hey, like, it's a board game. Like, come on. Scrabble is fun. Scrabble is definitely fun. I do like that one. I'm Puerto Rican, and Monopoly and Dominoes are very serious games. They are, but, you just got to find the fun in it. Like, it's not worth knocking somebody's teeth out over a board game. To me, that's just not it. My family is from Barbados and Panama, so yeah, these two and spades will get you cut if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you know what? I've seen that. I have actually seen that happen. No, not nobody getting cut, but I've seen where people got really, really serious about those type of things, and they're ready to like, literally pull out the switchblade and everything like that. You could just kind of see the look in their face. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Like, pump your rotors and your brakes. It's not that deep. It's just cards. It's like, you're gonna play it tomorrow or the next day and so forth. Like, is it really worth, losing your life over it? I don't know. I mean, it's good because, it does still bring everybody together, but it should never be in that fashion. That's just my opinion. I have to say that people didn't want to read the instructions. I was the same way. I'm not even gonna lie, Erica. I was the exact same way. I never wanted to read the instructions, especially like when you flip the back of the board game around. Like, say if it was Operation, and they got that tiny ass print, and you just like, wait, what? Like, man, look. Just sometimes I would just put the commercials on, or I wait for the commercial to come on TV. All right, look, and then you hear them. Like, the rules of the game is simple. All you got to do is do this, bam, this, blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, all right, got it. Like, nobody got time to read that little tiny dictionary print. It's like, man, by then we could have been like 3-4 games in, but we want to play something self-explanatory. Absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right about that. Okay. Sharon, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome and appreciate you coming through. Okay. Let's see. This cowboy said, it's a game where you go to the woods or anything. It's almost like playing tag, but instead of tagging each other, you throw sticks and stuff. Hell no. No. See, that's the type of stuff right there. That's where you get cut. That's where you get knocked out. And now you throw a stick or a rock at me when we playing hide and seek, and I, pop out the tree and try to bust my eye open, I'm busting your eye right back. Now, see, yeah, ditch them. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you in a ditch. You can throw something at me if you want to. I don't play that. So the family is local. I hear you. All right, got my boy.
Playing the game.
What's going on with you? How you feeling? How you living?
What do, brother, man?
I'm chilling.
Sitting here feeding my face real quick.
Oh, yeah. And do you think? So I'm just asking everybody these questions as we're going through. So for those making their way in, here is question 1. Even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? That's question 1. Question 2 is, why do you think certain board games didn't get as much attention as the more popular advertised ones? So those are the first 2 questions. So I'll leave those there for you guys to go ahead and answer. But yeah, you were talking about ditch 'em, cowboy. That that don't sound like something I want to play.
No. Well, let me explain the game Ditch 'em.
Okay,
Because board games that we never did get into as we was kids, like marbles, uh, spoons. Have you ever played spoons?
Spoon?
Game spoons. It's a card game. Well, it's kind of dangerous too. At the same time, it all depends on who's playing and how you playing it. But and the game Ditch 'em. And the game Ditch 'em. And see, with the other game, the Ditch 'em is almost like 2 games put into one. And it taught us a lot as kids, as growing up, get up at the house and stop playing these childish games and whoop. So we went outside and created our own game, and it's called Ditch 'em. It's like hide go seek and tag at the same time. And instead of tagging each other, right, it's you using objects, any objects. Any object. You can pick up a stick. You can pick up the biggest rock. You can pick up the biggest stick. You can pick up anything that you can pick up to go tag your enemy that hiding and seeking from. You know what I mean? It's hide and go seek. So you counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yada yada yada. Here I come. And then you going around, looking around. See, that's the reason why I said it's a lot better playing in the woods because it's a lot easier to hide. It's a lot easier to ditch the object that's flying at you. So you don't want to get hit, And that's where that saying came from: is sticks and stones might break your bones, but the words will never hurt you. And so as kids, we've grown up hearing that a lot. So we was hurting each other by words and stuff. So we always took objects and threw it at each other. You reckon? So we created a game out of it. Instead of fighting each other, hey, let's play Ditch 'em. You know what I mean? It's 5, 6 of them, 7 of us, 10 of us. Once you get into it, you be into it. Okay. And then another thing I would like to say, these games and the board games now, the kids will be a lot interested being in the board games now because they'll keep them out the phones and robotic. It's messing up the brain cells by being on too much, energy as it is, and miscommunication with things is going on in the world now. So with board games, it brings the family and everybody back together. That's why it came with the game Spoons. Like, if have anybody heard the game Spoons? The game Spoons is a family game where you can have as many people you want to at a table. Make sure it's a wooden, stable table, and and it's almost like a 4-card game. It's a 4 of a kind. You gotta get all kings, all queens, or ace, king, queens, or whatever, and it goes around in a circle. You got, like, say we got 5 people playing. You gotta have 4 spoons on the table, and then if you don't get a spoon or whatever, you spelling out the word spoons. So if you don't get a spoon, you get a letter. Every time you get a spoon, you get a letter. and that's to wear spoons. And the danger is about that if you're playing on glass tables or playing with metal spoons or knives or anything like that, that's where it gets dangerous because the fingernails will start jabbing in your hands. Everybody grabbing for spoons, breaking spoons, tables breaking. People jumping on the tables and they'll break like literally in half. Don't have a glass table because that's oh my goodness. That's not where it's gonna happen, my friend. We done broke plenty of glass tables and wooden tables.
Really?
Wooden tables and glass tables, my friend. Yeah.
How you breaking them
Yeah.
glass tables?
Yeah, my friend. I'm telling you, turn them up. And so it's like a family game, I'm saying, and it gets serious. Anybody want to spell out spoons? You'll be having SPOO, and then that'll be it. Be like spoon. You a spoon through the whole game. Spoon. And so you try not to get the next letter. So you over here fighting for this last, and it lasts for a long time. And until the last person wins the game without no letters, he'll probably be the spoon of the whole game. SPWOO, whatever. A spoon.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You start calling people that now. When I start doing these streams and stuff, that could be the new name for all these trolls. Everybody, you a spoon. You a spoon.
A spoon. Yeah, spoon.
They're gonna be like,
you a spoon. You get an S. Whoever been a troll, you get a letter. You get a letter. Yeah, you get a letter. You been a troll, you get a letter. Every time you come up being a troll, you get another letter. So now you're gonna be whatever. You get a letter. You can be an ass. Ho. Every time you get a letter.
Kind of like horse, kind of.
Yeah, like horse. Yeah.
All right, so y'all heard it right there. My boy Cowboy, he just came up with a new creative board game for everybody. For all the trolls out there, haters, pretenders, doubters, we're gonna start calling them spoons. They get a letter. So every time they come in and try to give you a hard time, give them a letter. Start with the S, S all the way down to the T. You a spoon.
Yep. Spoon.
You a spoon. It's too much fun. Yoda, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Big shout out to everybody else coming in. Siobhan Cooper, my boy Pip. Rooster, what's going on? I see you, my guy. Welcome in. Welcome in. So,
how you do, Big Rooster?
Yeah, we
what you know good out yonder? Howdy, family in the chat.
They said they love
peace and love.
They said they loving the hat.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just woke up.
Well, we created our own games, man. Like the card games and everything. We couldn't really get into it. We couldn't stay in the house long. We like family of 4, and we was like all boys and one girl, and all the girls was on their side and all the boys on their side. We were separating from the part of being in the house. We played outside and made our own games. Like what's that game? Speed.
Yeah, Sharon was just saying that too. She just mentioned that. Speed. I never heard of that either. What's that?
Yeah, it's a card game. You said that it's dangerous too. And so you're sitting there, you got to get them cards and you got to make sure it's something. And then if you get something like, and then you like speed, and then you're like, no, you cheated. That ain't speed. I speed. The next thing you know, you're going to fight over speed.
You got to put the cards down.
You got to put the cards down fast, like in order. You got to match them in order, like
Queens,
kings, queens, jacks, aces, and then you can flip it, whatever's in your hand. Can you flip it?
You can flip the card next to it.
Yeah.
If it's not on the card, you can't play.
Yeah. So you flip it. That's on it. Boy, I'm telling you, it's a whole game. I couldn't even get to it. My sister was so much into that game, boy, I swear. It made nobody want to play that game because she was queen. Speed queen in that card game.
Wow.
And, boy, we got her so good. But yeah, that's another dangerous game. Yeah. What's another?
Well, hold that thought real quick. Again, everybody, welcome in. We're talking about popular board games. I have question 1 and 2. I'm going back and forth so that you guys can take your time to answer those questions. Again, this is question 1 right here. Here's question 2 right here. It's so funny that you said that, Cowboy, that you were talking about like creating different games, because that actually leads to my third question, which is this right here. So, if you had the opportunity to create your very own board game, what type of game would it be, and what would be the objective of the game?
That's a very good one, my friend.
That's why I do debates every 2 weeks, because a lot of people are like, no, Jay, you should do it every other
That's a
day.
very good one.
Like, no, I need time to really, formulate questions and research it.
Hongo get it, be mine. Hongo get it, be mine.
I ain't a board game.
Oh, board game. Well, it could be a board game.
We all know I go get it. Like,
It
hey,
could
look,
be a board game. See,
hey,
what you
Cowboys,
do is
they still play
you
it to
gotta,
this
yeah. What you do is you get the men's and you put the thingamajiggy bobbers on it, like Monopoly, or the and everything, the hoops you jump over with. You, you know, almost like Jungle Book. So, no mind me. My head's so way over yonder.
day.
Them board games be a crazy and imaginary game. I tell you, you have to reenact everything.
Absolutely.
It be straight country.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody take your time with that third question. I know that's kind of like,
Yeah, that's a real good one, though.
yeah.
Everybody probably got their own one, boy.
Oh, yeah. So the reason why I asked this question is because back in the day when I was a kid, they asked us to come up with a project, and we had to create our own board game. And so I had the hardest time doing. So I was asking my mom for different ideas and stuff. So one thing my mom still does to this day, even back then, is she loved to travel, go different places. She's been to Paris, Africa, Japan, all that stuff like that. So I remember I came up with a game. It was called Travelli. So basically like travel, but with the Ellie at the end, just to kind of, make it a little interesting. And so I kind of formulated it like Monopoly, where, you got to basically, the objective was you have to make it to the airport and catch your flight. But as you are trying to get to your flight on time so you don't miss it, you have all these objectives in the way. Like you have to go through the baggage claim. One of your bags got lost. What do? It sets you back a couple points. You got to, go through security and stuff like that. You're hungry. So, do you stop for food or do you just, continue to wait? So I was trying to think of different, obstacles to put into the way of it. And of course, you got to roll the dice. And, it's one of those games where, you do the spaces and stuff, just like Monopoly. You roll the dice on 6, go 6 spaces. So it was something like that. I actually ended up getting like A+ on it. So, my teacher at the time, she was like, that's really creative though. But yeah, it was called Travelli.
Nice.
I might bring it back. So, we'll see what
Nice.
happens.
That sounds like a pretty cool game, though.
Thank you.
That dude sounds like a pretty cool game. It sounds like a good objective too. But at the same time, a lot of people don't know what to do when they get to baggage claims and get to an airport and stuff like that. So it did that would be like an interesting game to sit back and learn how to them things to get through. Go 6 spaces and see if you got to turn around and hit this spot. Now you got to go back all the way to. Yeah, that do sound kind of nifties on 50s, my friend.
Absolutely. And, that's the thing with a lot of these board games. And that's one thing I loved about them the most is, not only was it fun and competitive, but, it kept you out of trouble. You had a good time doing it with friends and family. And certain ones really made you think. You had those strategic ones like checkers, chess, even Clue. Back in the day, that was one of those games. It made you think.
Yeah.
Colonel Mustard in the study with the candlestick, or Scarlet Red in the study hall with the knife. It's like who did what, and So I love that it can challenge the mind, and you're still able to have fun, and it just kept you wanting to play more and more. So we got to get back to type of vibes and stuff like that again. Chess, but simpler and not just army, but the Navy. Oh, the Navy and the Air Force.
Yeah. Almost like Battleship.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that, but like a twist.
With twist, Battleship, and Candy Crush. Candy Crush Battleship.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, did they? I heard they were turning Candy Crush into like a board game. I think they did, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
Game of life. Sorry, something just made me mad. Something.
Chris was stuff. My homeboy game
So,
is D&D, like wrestling. Oh, that yeah, my boy Blaze, big shout out to him. He's big on the world of wrestling and stuff like that. That would be dope, like a wrestling type of board game. I don't think anybody's ever done anything like that, have they? That would be dope.
uh, the closest I've been to the other game, it ain't a board game, but it was like them robot things where you have to sit there and and press on the hand and they punch each other and the head pop up. That's the
Oh,
closest I've been.
that was
Robot
uh,
boxing robots or something like that.
some robot or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's close as I'd have been to a game like that. But that'll be nifty on 50s too. How that inverted of a board game too. So it's like every time and then that'll be nifty.
Oh
With the
yeah,
dice, you can shoot dice at the same time. So you know what I mean? Ooh, you get the dice game going, have your money on deck, and then oh yeah, oh yeah, there's the big dice right there. So we rolling big dices. Oh yeah, rolling big dices.
exactly. Imagine going to like a board game night or game night or Vegas and throwing this on the table. They're gonna look at you like, what the? Yeah, you see it. Y'all see it. The gigantic dice right there. But yeah, absolutely. Um,
Yeah, that'd be nifty. That'd be a pretty cool board game.
absolutely. My mom, she said, I like that game. Yeah, mom, you don't remember that? Back when I was in elementary school, I had
That's
came.
your T Jones. Howdy, T Jones. Good day
Yes,
to you.
yes,
You
sir.
cooking today? My
Uh,
wife just cooked me some burritos. It was pretty good.
yeah, so I don't know if you remember that, mom. That I had came up with that idea and I had told you about it. You were like, "Oh yeah, that's really dope." And I had put it together and I showed you it. That's from way back, probably like early '90s. So, but
You
I
felt like 13, 12.
I had to be like, yeah, like between that age of 11 and 13. But I got like an A+ on it, and
Mm-hmm.
we actually ended up. That's the real dope thing. So when we created our custom board games for the project, um, we actually got a chance to play everybody's game, and everybody was like leaning towards mine. And they were like, "Yo, this is really dope how you put this together." So, it
Mm-hmm.
felt good to be able to come up with something like that.
I remember that.
Yeah,
And
Rock'em
then,
Sock. That's what it was called, Cowboy, with the robots and stuff.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Rock'em Sock. Yeah, it
And
was.
then the other good game was the chess, the checkers. I meant checkers. The
Oh yeah,
checkers game. See, something like that in dice game or something put together. Make them like more involved. Like involve the game boards. Like make them like I know they doing it like a hex lot bigger. You know what I mean? Like checkers or what's the other game where you put them things in the slots? You know what
perfection.
I mean?
Connect Four.
Connect four. That
Oh,
connect four thing. So
okay.
like them games or whatever, they putting them like making them bigger and stuff. So like in you making the board games, like you saying, creating one, you can create one that's bigger, evolved even bigger, and it's almost like you saying with that game that you made, it's like you could put a twist to it now and then still keep it original. Oh my goodness, you know how much the boy man, I tell you, if you don't make that game happen, bro, like I said, I could have stamped our game was ditch 'em. It
Yeah,
was different. See, no one knows about that game because we made that game up. That's a dangerous game. No one wants to play ditch 'em with us. You know, we make people play ditch 'em. All we do is go hit them and make them mad enough to come chase us. So that's how you play ditch 'em. Now you gotta come find us, and whatever you got in your hand, now you gotta come hit us with it. So you just gotta ditch 'em. You know what I'm saying? So you get madder and madder by the time, and by the whole day, we over here still playing this game, and we still ain't got tagged. So you know, it's a pretty cool game,
absolutely,
but it's dangerous. You know
absolutely.
what I mean? It's pretty dangerous.
Backgammon. That was one of those ones that didn't get a lot of credit. I was never really a big fan of backgammon, but it's one of those ones that I had mentioned in the second question. Like people know about it, but it's not as popular. And that's what I was posing to people. Like, why don't games like that get more popularity as some of the ones that we know and loved playing when we were kids and stuff like that, and even still to this day. So yeah, that's definitely a good one. But for me, I don't know. I just never really understood it. So it's one of those games someone would have to explain it to me so I could really get a better understanding of it. And then it'd probably be a lot more fun to play it. But certain games, if they don't really catch my interest right off the bat, it's really tough for me to get into it though. But what else? As a kid, we weren't allowed to play until we got older. Sometimes, I used to hate that too. Like certain games if parents felt like they were too high up on an adult level, you had to wait till you get older. It's like, if it's one of those games where we can play it, let us play it, stuff like that. I mean, if it's just, they do have adult games too, adult board games. So I understand, as a kid, they don't want us playing those, but stuff like that, let us play certain ones that are family oriented. It shouldn't just be, subjected to certain ones. But yeah, I'm glad everybody is enjoying this right now. So again, for those
full stick though.
It's like checkers playing with pool at the same time.
Which game is that?
No, what she was just saying.
Like,
Backgammon. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. That's what it sounds like. It's like you got to slide it like something like checkers or something. Like on that side is black, this side is red, or whatever. So if I got to slide something over yonder with a pool stick or something, and it got to slide on your side to get your points.
right.
Okay.
And something like
Dice.
you got to roll dice. You got to roll some dice.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and here goes some more dices. There's more dice.
Bring them out.
It's a dice game. So every game is about the dice. You know what I'm saying? About rolling, how many steps you make, how many moves you go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My favorite game that I would always like to have is a Ouija board.
Ooh, no.
I'm just playing. I was just gonna see what your reaction was. You said, "Whoa."
That'll make your screen go blank like that.
Yeah.
No, sir.
But I was about to say Jumanji, though. The Jumanji game.
You know what? They do have an actual board game of that because people thought that was strictly about the movie. That is an actual board game, and you can play it.
Yeah, I like to have that game.
What?
Yeah,
Jumanji.
I had it.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
did?
remember having it. Yeah, I remember having it. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we don't do the Ouija.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
I was just trying to see where your head was at. He said, "Oh, I mean, everybody in the chat like, what the Ouija board? This guy, I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. I want to kill my grandpa."
None of that. Can't get with that. Just like the song, I can't go for that. No.
Oh shit, fire.
Oh, okay. So he's explaining what backgammon is. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Angel, I think I can. How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in.
Oh man, that's funny.
Look, Sean, am I lying? Ouija? Soon as you
Ouija board? Oh yeah, it's pretty clever, man. It don't work against people that's like high, like it don't work. It don't work for the people. I don't know how to explain it, but it just don't work.
I'll explain it.
It don't work. It ain't. I don't want to say it's true because it ain't. To me, it ain't. Because I don't believe in situations of things that don't mind my own things. Because the God is protecting of me, it keeps things away automatically. I'm God's child, so then it's overprotected. So then the things like stuff that goes on, it don't bother it. You know what I mean? It don't modulate with it. It's like it runs away from the other person that's accepting it. You know what I mean? You have to accept things into you other for it to work. That's all I'm trying to say. You have to accept it through your door. Like, let me ask you a question. If Jesus is at your door right now knocking, would you answer?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's the same difference. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept it into your home. So, you know what I mean? It's the same as if a Ouija board was knocking at your door, would you accept it? Or whatever everything you accept, would you accept it at your door? So it's like it blanks out. So it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. It doesn't affect the people that doesn't accept it. You know what I mean? You can play it, do whatever, it doesn't work. So it's just only works for the ones that accept the whatever effect of its whatever it does. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I mean? You have to be a believer, well believer of that, other for it to work. You have to be more like other for it to work. Other than that, if you holy and your spirit is pure and you good, man, it's not gonna work. Especially with black people. I'll let you know that now. You didn't waste your money. Don't go do it. Don't even go try it because your money gonna be wasted and ain't nothing gonna happen.
Like I
I'll
said,
tell you that now.
minute
Ain't
my
nothing
head
gonna happen.
moving and I'm not doing it, and then this happens right here, and now it's like B.D.B.G.P is no longer here. It's like,
No, no, that's the mind. That's the mind of accepting. A mind of accepting. A mind to accept the things of what you're acknowledging of what it would do and create. So it's almost like a dream happening of a deja vu that will happen if you are knowledge of the mind and accepting it. So it's creating itself as it's getting power, from it, and then it'll absorb everything and then you all of a sudden, from your eye view or something, all of a sudden and then your inner side, the inner be scared and spooked. So you're not knowing what the heck you didn't see or saw because your mind is, controlling of things that's your brain is trying to focus upon what you're trying to see
very
and
true.
imagine what you're trying to imagine to see. So of course it's gonna what's that I'm trying to say? Manifest itself. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, manifest itself or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like one day, man, babe, at night we go driving. We work at nights, late at nights and stuff. 3 o'clock we go home. At 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock we always done. Some odd reason things was flying just straight up in the air, like just from the ground, just straight up in the air. So I'm telling it's bats. So only thing I know that just start fly, like not a bird. You know what I mean? Birds fly and go that way, over yonder, that way, that way. But just straight up in the air, that's a bat. I think bats only can just go straight on up, you know. But other than that, I couldn't, explain what that was other than my knowledge of my brain telling me, hey, what's the closest of something going into doing that? It's bats. So hey, it's a bat.
Understandable.
So my margin of being a bat, guess what it was? It was a bat.
Yeah,
I didn't say it was a goat.
yeah, it is all in the mind, but I still don't play around that type of stuff though. So
Nah.
yeah, let me dive into the next question, everybody. Um, so I'm glad that you guys are, definitely giving
Make
me
a good Ouija board. They can make a good Ouija board. Make a Jesus Ouija board.
a,
Can
well,
you talk to God? Ask Jesus questions.
I mean that'd be different, you know.
Like get the Bible verses and stuff and then jab it into one board and start asking Jesus questions and stuff, and then turn around Jesus and start answering and things like that. Would you accept that? Like just imagine, like, bro. Now this is all what we're trying to say. What's this entertainment and all that stuff and purposey stuff for only? What's that called? But yeah, entertainment purpose only, but still.
I feel like more people, like especially those that are, heavy into religion, they're not going to be into that. I mean, even if it was, just straight, for to talk to God and stuff like that. Just like Sharon said right here, you could just talk with him like you do now.
Yeah.
He answers in different ways and through signs and stuff.
Hmm.
But on the whole Ouija board, like I can't agree with that. I'm not.
Like don't call it a Ouija board, call it Jesus board.
Yeah. I mean, anything
Jesus
like
board.
that, I'm good. I'll just talk to him like I do now. I go to
Yeah,
whatever POP.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We making boards. We making game boards.
yeah, it's all good. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. All right, so here's my next question, everybody. And again, if you guys need me to circulate back through the first three questions, I'll do so. But here's question 4. What's your take and opinion on board games now being added into video games? Are there any of your favorites in particular that you would like to see get turned into video games? So I'll let you guys take a minute to dissect that one. I'll go first with that. So I'm kind of in between. I do like it, and at the same time I don't. The reason I do like it is because they are paying homage to a lot of the popular games that are out there. You know, like for example, they have Uno now. That's a video game. They have Monopoly, Life. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I heard somewhere that they're supposed to be turning Candyland into a video game. There's a couple popular ones that are definitely going into the video game route, and they're still just as fun as, you know, the actual board games themselves. So I do like that they're paying homage, and you know, they're still keeping these really, really popular ones going, and they're just formatting them into all different ways so that people can still play. Even places like, you know, Dave and Buster's, or those family oriented locations where you can go, you can play all the different games. They have one of Connect Four where you actually, you know, you take your play card and you slide it, and then you can actually play Connect Four electronically on the big screen. So I definitely love that. So I like it for that reason. Now the reason I don't is because, you know, it kind of takes away from what we were talking about earlier, how, you know, too many people focus so much on electronic devices, and they don't just focus more so on playing the actual game, getting the family together. I mean, you can still play these games with the family, but if you don't have a console, you know, that's where it kind of poses a problem, because now it's like you're taking these poor games and you're basically just kind of putting them back into the attic or in the basement where they don't belong. So it's a good or bad thing, you know. So for me, I still like to be able to play them, you know, through my gaming console, but at the same time, it's nothing like, you know, gathering everybody around the table and whatnot, and, you know, playing Uno or, you know, Trouble, any dope board game you could think of. So I'm definitely so I'm in between. I'm neutral on that one. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think, Cowboy?
Yeah, you said it just about right, my friend. Uno game, most definitely. You know what I mean? And it's more likely like when you was involved in the games now, they putting it on these phones. Like just imagine Uno on the phones where you can log in with each other. We can play Uno together on the phones through the
There we
phone, you know, and pool games through the phone. We could play pool together through the phones. You know, we create a player, and you know, on your end you create a player, and the next thing you know, we online playing pool together. It's not the same as coming together and actually physically playing pool. You
yeah,
know, you can't play physically Uno game or a domino game through the technology thing. It's not going to be the same at all. You know, it's not physical. It's never going to be the same. So,
absolutely.
you know, it's better to keep it back all. I reckon to put it all back original, so the kids that's in the new generation can grow to really understand where things is not really what it is.
Hmm.
So, you know, it's, you know, creating your own games and your board games is actually where Uno came from,
Yeah,
where, you know, card games came from. You know, in the Western days, only they had was cards, you know, and they just played cards, you know, and that was it. You know, reckon. So that was a dangerous game. So they was trying to create more games with cards and things like that to keep the same gens going with these cards and board games. So I liked it how they just kept going with the different types, the Monopoly, the, you know, you just go to your closet, your pantry full of board games, and you bring it to the table, and whole family be after dinner or waiting for dinner or whatever, after, you know, ready to play the game, and then you go to bed after brushing your teeth, washing, whatever you have to do. So that was like a day, you know what I mean, of fun and activities, and waiting to go to school to tell what happened that day, you know, because they're gonna ask you,
oh
you
yeah,
know. So, and they don't do that no more. So I reckon on bringing games back, making more games better than the technology, my friend.
absolutely. Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Oh no, makes perfect sense. I'm in all agreement. You were saying something about Uno being on the phones. They actually do have a mobile version of Uno, and you can actually, if you're friends with different people, if they have the game, they can actually download the app, and you guys can all play together. So that is actually one good benefit about these games now going into like the video game realm. if you live in different areas with your friends and your family and stuff like that, you're not able to actually come together and play. It is a dope way to still have everybody come together and play, even if you're in different states or locations or whatnot. But so again, that's why I say it's a good and bad thing, because if you do live close by, you can get everybody together. It's better for that. Just turn off all your devices and be able to actually enjoy each other's company. But at the same time, it is a blessing to be able to now take these same popular games, turn them into mobile or video games, and still be able to get everybody together collectively and play. Even like what Sharon was saying here, how you said you love how they brought back Jeopardy. Yeah, absolutely. So those type of games, absolutely. Especially, with all of us being on this type of platform, not all of us are in the same area. So we all can't just go to each other's houses and be able to play this and play that like we would normally do. So to be able to, create a platform like a gaming console that has these particular games on there that can get everybody to come in and play interactively is definitely a plus for me. So I'm all for it. But yeah, I just feel I don't want people to necessarily take away from the actual physical board game. So that's why I'm kind of in between with that question there. So I love it, but at the same time, I don't. Now, as far as the second part, certain ones that I would love to see them do. So they've already done Uno. They've done Jeopardy. They've done Wheel of Fortune. They Trivial Pursuit. They brought that back and made it a video game. Monopoly is probably the most popular one that I've seen. I see a lot of people playing that online.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I got Wheel of Fortune. They have there's a couple other ones I'm trying to think, because I've streamed pretty much all of them that you could think of, that all the board games that are now being turned into video games. But certain ones that I would love to see, I would love to see them do something with Candyland. That would be dope. Connect 4, I'd love to see that. Even something like Hungry Hippos, that would be fun.
I was just about to say Hungry Hippos.
Yeah, Hungry Hippos, Scrabble, that could be one.
Scrabble. Mm-hmm.
They have checkers.
Sparkle.
Sparkle.
Who?
Sparkle.
What's that?
It's right there. Sparkle.
Sparkle. What's Sparkle?
Sparkle.
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 Farkle.
Yes.
What's Farkle?
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm saying Farco.
That's what it is. Again.
It sounds like I'm saying it wrong. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong. Farco.
Farco. What's that? I've
That's,
heard of that.
what was that?
It's a dice game.
It's a dice game.
Oh. Sharon, I think they do have I think they have something similar to that, Chutes and Ladders, but I think it's something with the snakes and ladders. I think they do have that one. I got to check again, but I saw something similar to that when I was scrolling through the game store on my PlayStation. So I do think they have that, but I would love to see Candyland, Connect 4. I would love to see I would love to see like some of the older ones, like Mouse Hunt, Don't Wait Daddy, Operation.
Mm-hmm.
They should do Operation. I would love to see something like that. That would be really fun. I think they have Boggle. So they have there's one. It's called the Hasbro Collection, and it actually has all of those games bundled in. It has Monopoly. It has Battleship. It has Life. It has I think Yahtzee is in there. So there's a couple different ones. I just don't play them as much because they're not my favorite. Wait, let me see it. Slide it. Farkle. Okay. I've never heard of that one. That might be in my list. Let me see. Because yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one of the top 100 games, Farkle. Okay. I've never heard of that. But that would be fun. Clue would be a really fun one. They should make that into a board game.
No, that's a game right there. Clue, that's a game.
Clue is like one of my all-time favorites. But definitely, are there any ones, you guys? For those that are still here, let me know. What do you guys think? I know some of you guys are still kind of brainstorming.
Ladders.
Yeah, Sharon said Chutes and Ladders, and a couple other people were saying a few. But yeah, that would definitely be
like that. What the last game you just said?
Which one? Clue or Candyland?
Yeah, Clue. We had not invested, but we pretty much did that the Clue game, but we pretty much put it in action. Like
Oh,
you go find the clue type of stuff, and you know what I mean. Like we reenacted pretty much.
oh, nice.
We just reenacted the game Clue,
Okay.
and like so, like I say, like we did that weird stuff as kids. You know, we couldn't just really sit there and play it. We always have to go reenact the game. Let's go outside and go play Clue. So
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
each other stuff or whatever, and then we just sit back and go find it, and we give each other clues or whatever to see where it's at. You know what I mean? Or we'll hide each other or something. Be like, okay, we're gonna give you a clue where Shannon is at, which is my little brother. We give you a clue to go find them and stuff. So you know, we read the cards and go do that, boom, bound, and we go out there and try to find them.
Oh, okay.
Light on them.
See, stuff like that, that's what I like. I like, just we were more creative back then, and we could still be just as creative as we were then with some of this stuff. It's like just think about different things and bring it to the table and just get everybody's idea and perception on what would be interesting about that. And then, try it out and see how much fun it is. It's like, and we just got back more into a creative sense with some of these things and, coming up with these different types of games. Like, Lord knows how much better this world would be if, people just took the time to just really get really creative and crafty with, different types of games. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do on my channel. Like, I love playing different games because, again, it brings everybody together. It's bringing that family like ambiance back. So we definitely need more of that, for sure. So I just feel like things would be so much better if we could do things along the line of that. What's going on, Joe? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. So,
Howdy, Joe.
before I get into one of my favorite segments on these podcasts, let me go back through and I'll recap all the questions. If you guys need me to do so as we're still continuing this discussion, I'll go ahead. But question one, even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? That's question one. Question two, why do you think certain board games didn't get as much attention as the more popular advertised ones? Question three, if you had the opportunity to create your very own board game, what type of board game would it be and what would be the objective of the game? And the final question, what's your take/opinion on board games now being added into video games? That's the first part of that question. Second part, are there any of your favorites in particular that you would like to see get turned into video games? So there you have it. Now, we'll really challenge the mind, so I hope everybody is ready for those still here. What we're getting ready to do now is dive into what I call the Mount Rushmore / honorable mention. Now, what that is, if you guys know what the Mount Rushmore is, it's that popular monument that features the 4 presidential statue heads all on one grid. So what I like to do is, it's almost like a top 5 in a sense when I say honorable mention, but you have to have 4 solidified choices, and then you get 1 bonus one that serves as your honorable mention. So here we go. Give me your Mount Rushmore and your honorable mention on your favorite board games and your favorite board game TV commercials that included theme songs. Cowboy, you want to kick us off?
Honestly, oh, man, this is a good one.
Take your time. If you want, I'll go first.
Yeah, you can go first. Let me hear what you got. Let me hear, because it's almost based on the same similarity. But like I said, I couldn't really sit back and play games like that, so I got to put them all together.
No worries. No.
It's the reason.
All right, so here we go. So for the board games, for my Mount Rushmore, I got checkers, mahjong, Uno, Trivial Pursuit, and then my honorable mention is Clue. Now, for the TV commercials and theme songs for board games, I got Connect 4, Crossfire, Mousetrap, Operation, and my honorable mention is Mr. Bucket.
The bucket. Mr. Bucket.
Remember Mr. Bucket?
Yeah, I don't think. Oh yeah. They come down and hand it right on his head or something like that. Is that
Yeah.
the?
You got to drop the balls into the top of his bucket and they shoot out his mouth and stuff like that. I already know, like, people are going to have their mind in the gutter. It's not that type of game, people. So don't start thinking nasty thoughts. It ain't like that. It's a fun children's game. It's just that the commercial and the song itself, it it made it sound worse than what it is. But it actually was a fun game, though. So I don't know. For those that grew up in the late 80s, early 90s like I did, you probably remember. I'm sure you guys have seen the commercial for it. But yeah, yeah, Mr. Bucket, that was definitely one of my favorites. So let me know what you guys think. What's your Mount Rushmore? And your
I think
for board
mine,
games?
Operator, Mousetrap, what's the other one? That one that you have to click that button and go, and then it's like color ones.
Trouble.
Trouble, yeah, Trouble. And then my favorite one was Trouble. And then the other one was like that, like you said, that the one with that ball.
Mr. Bucket.
Yeah, Mr. Bucket. And then the next one mine will be dang.
Take your time. I know it's
so
tough.
long time ago because it's like we couldn't never put the pieces together and stuff. So it was like Trouble and the other one that was next to Trouble. Was it Candyland with them little people or whatever?
Yeah.
Candyland. And it was so colorful. And and sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
And who was a lot of other ones? I know the other one I already probably said was Uno.
Yeah, you said Uno, you said Mousetrap, you said Mr. Bucket.
My favorite top game was Dog It, man. It was fun too. My goodness. Oh god. It wasn't Rat Trap. It wasn't
That was Mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, I think that's what mine is, man.
Yeah, I used to love that's my Mount Rushmore for commercial. I used to love the Mousetrap song.
Yeah.
It's coming. Before it comes to
A lot of them, bro. I can't even think of. There's another one that we played that we couldn't even keep the pieces together.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Okay, so
The dudes. There's a lot of them, man.
yeah, there is, and that's the thing. It is tough, but it's possible to narrow it down to just those few. You know, but again, that's what I like to do. Is I love challenging everybody. So Sharon said Monopoly, Uno, Sorry, Apples to Apples. What's Apple to Apples? Because I feel like I heard of that one. What's that one? Hungry Hippos, Mousetrap, Operation. Don't break the ice. Oh, I love Don't Break the Ice. I used to get annoyed by that game, but I do love it though. Because when I really finally understood how to play it, I was like, oh, this is dope. Ants and Pants. Oh, wow. You took it back there. I forgot about Ants in the Pants. That's classic. I got you typing. Hey.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Okay, yeah.
Apples is that kid game. That was the very first one that came out. Like I reckon them ones.
Okay, she says a keyword game app. Oh, okay. Because I used to hear people mention it back when I was a kid. I just didn't know what it was because there's so many, and I think people get lost in realizing how many there are. Because most people would say, Uno or ping pong, stuff like that. It's not necessarily a board game. Anything that's a tabletop thing is still considered a board game. Jenga, that's another one that people forget about. That's also a board game. Jenga, that's the one you got to take the blocks. You build up the tower, then you take the blocks, and you got to keep like piling them up. And then whoever makes it fall ends up losing. So, you went mute.
Grew up that glowed up. when they first came out.
What's
It was clip walk.
what
It
was
was
that?
like blocks when they first came out. The more you build them up, they glue up when they first
Yeah.
came out, and they was changing different colors.
Okay. Apples to apples. Okay, so it's really fun, newer. I gotta check that one.
Hangman.
Hey,
It's a
they
paper. It's a paper game though, but hey, it was a game.
Is it board game? The Hangman one?
No, it ain't no board
We played
game.
it on the table.
We played it on the table with paper.
Oh, okay. I do remember something like that. I just didn't know if it was. I guess yeah, but that's a tabletop thing. I mean, it gets categorized, so definitely got to throw it in there. Okay. But yeah, let me go ahead and start this again so you guys can take your time with this one. So again, we're talking about Mount Rushmore and honorable mention for board games, TV commercials, and the theme songs that went with them. So let me know what your Mount Rushmore and your honorable mention is for both of those categories right there.
The
So
hip hop theme song for me.
which one?
Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hippos had a couple different ones. They
I
had
like
they had the one where it was more it was like salsa, like hungry hippos, hungry hippos, and you would see them like in the conga line doing the dance. It was an old school commercial. I might be able to pull it up. I gotta see.
those are my tits. Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Oh, hungry hippos. I was like, hey. So she said, "Oh, you love The Sims? How come I don't?" You know what? The Sims. It is a board game too, because I remember seeing it. The Sims is just too slow for me. That's the only reason I don't play it. It's just like it. And I've watched people play it, but it's too slow. Like it's one of those ones that will put me to sleep. I don't want to like sit there playing something like that and I'll just start like nodding off. I mean, it's creative, it's crafty. I love how they did it, but I don't know. It's just I think it's one of those games like I'm trying to think how can I describe it. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's just it's hard to explain. It's too.
It's not boring. It's just slow.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm sorry if I said boring. Yeah, it's too slow, like too like that. But that's the only reason.
Like I said, one of them card games that try to keep it going in a generation. So that was like one of them card games back in the day that just was slow and paced about it. But it was like if you were into it, that was that pace that you was in. So and you knew the
Talking
same,
about the little people.
yeah, the little people, the scenes, the
Oh y'all,
Sims.
y'all on The Sims. My aunt Debbie, big shout out to her. She loves The Sims. She used to play it all the time, and I never knew what she was playing, but she would be sitting there for hours really playing that. And then I remember I sat down with her and I was watching her play it,
Yeah,
and
that's emotion.
I couldn't get into it. I'm like, so what do you got to do? What's going on? She's like, it's just one of those games about like everyday life and stuff like that. You go to work, you come home, you do this, you do that. I'm like,
Fees and everything. Yeah.
I mean, I say it's creative, but for me, it didn't keep my interest long enough.
Yeah, that's a
Like you on a game.
yeah, that's pretty much a what's that called? Avatar of yourself. They pretty
Yeah,
much avatar. See, like that's what I said. We lose our pieces on the boards. We made our own avatar dude. So instead of like that Monopoly guy, we had that like a army fighting dude, them little green little army things, and we used them as our check pieces or whatever. So we I'm telling you, we was bad on game boards, my friend. I don't know.
okay.
We always correct something out after the fact of that game board. It was never just went all the way through with that game. It turned into something totally different.
Nice.
Good on games.
Okay. So my mom said Twister, Simon, Operation. Oh, categories. I remember that.
Still was a game.
My mom used to play that heavy, and I never understood it. I would just be downstairs playing my game, and I would just hear everybody upstairs going ballistic. I'm like, I'll go upstairs, like, what's going on up here? She's like, go back downstairs. Like, okay. Categories. I remember that. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, other games. What's the other game, T. Jones?
Y'all on y'all Sims talk right now. They as soon as it's live, man, they're gonna be doing it up on Sims. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the packs and stuff.
It's
They have a few free ones on the PlayStation, but I don't know. It don't do it for me. Maybe one of these days, maybe I'll just play it. Maybe to kind of, since you guys are really recommending it, I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll stream it and see if people like it. But it's got to keep my attention because I don't want to be sitting here dozing off and stuff. But I don't know. It just wasn't one of those ones for me, you know. So yeah, let me recap back through all the questions again. So question one for those coming in, still making their way in, we're talking about popular board games. There's question one. Even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? Question two, why do you think certain board games didn't get as much attention as the more popular advertised ones? Question three is, if you had the opportunity to create your very own board game, what type of game would it be, and what would be the objective of the game? And then question four, what's your take and opinion on board games now being added into video games? Are there any of your favorites in particular that you would like to see get turned into video games? And then last but not least is the Mount Rushmore segment that we do. Give me your Mount Rushmore and one honorable mention of your favorite board games and your favorite TV commercial theme songs. So, okay. Sims is being in control of your town, village, and city. I mean, yeah, I'm aware of it. It's just that I don't know. It's like I guess there's a lot of games that are very similar to it, but I don't know. It just it don't do it for me. But like I said, for you guys, I'll go ahead and maybe stream one of them. You guys can probably walk me through it. I'll try to find a way to make it interactive and whatnot, but I don't know. It just don't really do it though. Message me before you. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely. I'll for you guys, because you guys show me so much love and support, I'll do the Sims for y'all, and then, if I fall asleep, I'll let y'all take over or whatnot. You are the president of a world you can create from homes they live in and the life they live, whether they are rich or poor. Okay, so you're basically okay, all right.
Correct. Avatar. It's avatar of yourself. You're creating yourself as an avatar. Just imagine like them games that you putting over your head and stuff, and you living that whole life through your life, like through a holograms or something like that. Have you heard of people fighting them boxing games and stuff, hitting the TVs and things like that, thinking they walking on a plane, they actually fall, and this is person that actually lives his life through that, like lives through that. So it's like I sat back and watched that. I was like, dude, just imagine the world is really fit to start avataring themselves, and these people that we watching is already creating that right in front of our eyes, but we're looking at it like, what is that? What is that? But they've been doing that. It's just like it goes away and then come back in a different form and way and shape and stuff. Where it comes back so way long time ago, people really forget what that was. So it's like, dude, when you see it, when I seen that, it was like, dude, I automatically was thinking, what could I do with that? What could I create anything with this type of technology they have out now? So I'm gonna utilize whatever comes with. I'm gonna utilize it. Like I'll take it apart and fix it myself and figure out parts in it and what's going on. So like that Sims game, that's like playing Call of Duty. If you wanted to create your own creative player and stuff. So that's like my favorite game is Call of Duty. That's the only game I'll play is Call of Duty. You just give me a game, I'll put it on my eyes, I'll put it there, I'll live that life on there just shooting up stuff. Zombies is my favorite one. So, that'll be the only game that I'll really just put together and make it into like a Sims world, create a player, create your own, avatar, and have it all together as in one. So in real life and then reality life and then into like different world that an avatar life that you're creating of your own.
Okay.
It makes sense. Like you have two different lives. You have your avatar life that you get to and creating you have a baby avatar. you, You know what I mean? You go get your girlfriend, get it pregnant, everything. Next thing you know, you gotta take care of this baby. And that's an avatar. You gotta put on your whole suit, you know what I mean, just to go live that avatar life. You know what I mean? That could be 24 hours, all day, whatever. You gotta go to work, all that. And then in your real life, after you take all that off, that'd be like in real life, you getting up, really eating food and everything like that. So just my brain is so screwed up in the game right now. It's just populated. I tell you, bro, that's how I was when I was a kid, man. We turned stuff upside down and try to figure out what we could do with it after that, and
Hey,
made it something totally different.
absolutely. As long as you bringing people together, you're having fun, and you're staying out of trouble, those are the three things that matter the most. So, absolutely. So, my mom said, "Does Light Bright count?" I used to love playing that and Kerplunk. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Light Bright was my sister's favorite game. That's my sister's nickname is Light Bright.
For real.
Yeah. We
Light Bright,
right.
light, bright, light.
That.
Turn on
Yeah.
the magic and shine the light. See, now y'all about to make me start pulling up these television commercials and ads. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now because I gotta hear it one time.
I didn't say earlier, bro. Like it was so many of them light brights, but you said board games and stuff, so that's why I kept getting thrown off. You know what I mean on the questions and stuff, because light bright was the game. If she say light bright is the game. I'm talking. We took that whole light bright apart and made our own little designs and stuff. Like we drew the picture and we put the lights on it, just like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love Monopoly and the game. Like,
On a picture like a shoe or something, and we put the lights on it.
yeah. In fact, I gotta look it up one time, just the commercial, because I loved it. Let me see if they got it. I'm pretty sure they do. Here we go.
The Great American Tune-In is brought to you by Light Bright. Turn on the magic of colored lights. Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright, make a face to glow at night.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright. Or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills, like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
Hey.
The Great American Tune-In is brought to you by Light Bright. Turn on the magic of colored lights. Light.
Hey, that was classic.
We always wanted to be in them commercials as kids.
Yes,
Being them,
we did.
yeah, we try to be in the commercials. They used to try to come bring us as being them kids, being in the commercials and stuff.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Back in days like that, me and my brother, we was twins. We look alike. We got pulled for the Doublemint Twins commercial.
You for real?
With Tamir and them, yeah. Me and my brother, we was in the Doublemint Twins commercial.
Wow.
Then was down out here in Oklahoma and stuff, and they did all that Doublemint Twins bubblegum commercial.
Okay.
And then, like, we tried to get our sister on the Light Bright commercial because she was light and yellow, and she would have fitted. So we used to get our mama to try to get her on that Light Bright commercial and stuff. Man, that's a classic right there. That's just,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely. Yeah, that was always the thing too. When I was a kid, I used to always want to be in these commercials and stuff like that because they were just so dope. And the little jingles and how much fun the kids were having. It's just like, oh man, like this, like take me back. I gotta play this one because I know my mom. She probably don't remember this one, but I kid you not. When I first saw this game and the commercial for it, I bugged out. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Here we go.
Sometime in the future, the ultimate the challenge. Crossfire.
Hell yeah. Man,
I was talking about, bro.
when I
That-
first saw that commercial, I remember running to my mom, like up the stairs. She was on the phone and stuff. I'm like, Mom, I know what I want for my birthday. She was like, hold on a second. What? I'm like, I want Crossfire. She's like, what the hell is Crossfire? I said, look, I don't know. I don't care. Just make it happen. And I took off. And literally like a week later, she bought it for me. I was like, yes. And I didn't understand it at first, but as soon as I started to play it and I started getting a better understanding of it, I loved it. Crossfire that is the
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. See, those little pieces I was talking about that we kept losing, the little spinny and stuff. So we used to take the little spinny things and take it to the real thing and made our own board and Crossfire from there and stick our little cars and stuff, our little what's they called them, Hot Wheels. We had the Hot, we stuck it on the Hot Wheels and we Crossfire them, and if they hit the cars and stuff, they out. So we had to put it through the machine, you know what I mean, to get them fixed. So while we getting them fixed, the other one is steady going and still destroying stuff. That's how we played that game, Crossfire.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I used to do that too. Take different pieces and that weren't part of the game and actually add it into the board game. And we just be messing everything up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the reason why our moms couldn't never get our games like that, because we did totally different stuff with it. I'm gonna tell you a game that you probably will remember. A lot of people never did play it. Was Pogs.
Oh yeah, I used to love Pogs.
I love.
Yeah, I'm an 80s baby. I know about Pogs. I used to collect them and everything. Hell yeah, Pogs that was another board game that was like really fun. A lot. That's one of the more underrated ones. Like you really have to.
Yeah, they had the cool ones, them slammers, boy. If they had them right now, if I can find them out, boy, I'll go get them right now. I reckon.
Absolutely. What's going on, Cuzzo? Welcome in. How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you joining. Yeah, we going down memory lane right now. Here's another one too. We were talking about it a lot, but
yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, where is it at? Is it? Here we go. No, that's
There we go, like a rat trap right there. That was my Jenkos.
Here we go. Mousetrap.
Turn the right, step the flank, hook the book down the stoop, watch it roll, hit the pole, in the color of a dove, flip the man in the pram and trap it, now cross the net, gotcha! Head the mouse and mouse
The craziest game you've ever seen. Get the cheese, but don't get trapped.
mouse on the front, little mice on the front, raise them just for fun, here you go there, give the mice a little scare, let the dog don't get from the trap it, now cross the net, no! Head the mouse and mouse
From Milton Bradley.
You see how creative it was and how much fun they make you want to go and get these games. It's like you see the commercial, you see the kids having fun, you hear the little jingle, the rhyme scheme and everything like that. It's just like, oh, like take us back to that time, you know, like
Have our kids create games and being in commercials to create games like that. Involve them games and make it bigger and better or something, you know. Like actually the game, you know how they kids was like small in that little thing and they actually trapped them. Make it a lot bigger where it actually really trap you off into it. Like put yourself into that game. Make the game where you put yourself into the game. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Everybody dancing. yeah. Pogs, Sharon. Love Pogs. Love them. So, of course. You know, that was on my list. That is definitely on the list right there for sure. They had so many. It's crazy how many commercials they had for proper, just all these games.
Doctor, my belly aches. You got butterflies in your stomach. You got a Charlie horse. Operation. Broken heart, of course. Operation. Arthritis, cramp, true. Operation. And I'm the doctor for you. Operation. Remove the pieces and collect your fee, but don't touch the sides. Water on the knee. Operation. $1,000 fee. Operation. Pay a rib or two. Operation. I'm the doctor for you. Next, please. Operation from Milton Bradley. Doctor.
You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Love that one, man. You gotta love all board games. Like I said, we had enough chance of being able to play it, man. I don't know, man. It just couldn't. I don't know. Oh man. Like you said, if they would have brought all these games back, man, and then tell you,
Yeah,
they'd be
I feel like they will. It's just that more people have to get into.
on phones. They're not gonna do that. They putting it on the phones. They taking it where it's on the phone, so it making it a lot easier for people to play them games and putting it on. The only way it's gonna be able to take people to go get them board games and keep them alive if they go get them and keep them as it is. Like keep it where you can pass it down because they worth a lot of money if they just keep it up. Otherwise, they're gonna just close it and take it all down and burn every checkerboard and all the other stuff. So now everybody got to reinvent new board games and stuff before these start taking over.
Absolutely.
Like board games since they came out with Call of Duty and the game systems and stuff. So they're not coming back with it. It takes the family and it takes like a family. It takes a village to raise a family. That's how it is, man. They ain't gonna come back with none of that no more. It just takes the parent to put their kids to group together to do that. That's it.
Absolutely. That's all it takes is just getting everybody together, playing these types of games, and especially like the kids now, if they just look to see how much fun it is, guaranteed they'll take a break from Call of Duty and all that stuff, and they'll definitely want to play it. Yeah. Oh yeah, bop it, of course, bop it.
Bop it. Yeah.
Twist it. Bend it. See that was another game too that people's minds, as soon as they heard it, they went right into the gutter and stuff like that. It's like pop it, pull it, twist it. Like no, it ain't that type of game. It's like no. Even this one I'm about to play right now, Mr. Bucket. A lot of people automatically just assume that it was one of those freaky games, and it's like no, it's not. But listen to the music though. You'll see what I mean.
Mr. Bucket.
That's right. I'm Mr. Bucket. I'm Mr. Bucket. Toss your balls in my top. I'm Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth I will pop. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run. I'm Mr. Bucket. The game's Mr. Bucket. The first to get their balls in, Mr. Bucket wins. But look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth. I'm Mr. Bucket. The balls pop out of my mouth. I'm Mr. Bucket. A ball is one on the bat. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run. I'm Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket from Milton Bradley.
Now you see how people could just sit there and just think graphic with that type of stuff. It's like it's not that type of game. Yeah, you muted yourself.
Yeah, I can't hold on.
Man, I'm telling you, they just don't know. Say yeah, right. I love it. But yeah, I mean, they just got to bring. I mean, here's the thing though. Places like Walmart, Target, those big wholesale stores, they still have these games. They're still on sale and they're like dirt cheap. Like I think Mr. Bucket is like $20, if I'm not mistaken. Jenga, Operation, all of them, they're all at affordable prices. So, I definitely recommend, people that, definitely want to bring back the vibe of game night and, getting everybody together, go and buy some of these board games. Even like this right here, like this domino set that I bought. This literally was like what, $15? Actually, no. I'm sorry, it was $10. $10 for this colorful set of dominoes. So it's like, again, this stuff is affordable. It's people can go and play it and not even have to kick out a whole bunch of money and just get everybody together and have fun and stuff like that. No, Mom, look, let me tell you, when I first saw that, I know what the game is about. But if you go and read like the comments and stuff, people just automatically just took it for like, oh, Mr. Bucket and stuff like that. No, I'm trying to tell you what people are saying. I know it's not a dirty game, and I'm not dirty on it like that. No, I'm just telling you what everybody, the general public, says about these types of games. They're the ones that take it to Freakville and say, oh yeah, Mr. Bucket, how they gonna make something like that a kid's game? Listen to the song and stuff. It's like, no, it's not like that. And those kids, you see them in the commercial, they weren't even thinking like that. They're just having fun, just taking the balls and, putting them inside the bucket and watching them shoot out. But see, that's just what I'm saying, games like that now, because people are so dirty-minded, they're not going to necessarily, like, give Mr. Bucket the time of day. But Mr. Bucket was fun, So
yeah, they look so corny back in the day now, looking at it.
Yeah, my mom did say that. She's like, I mean, and yeah, they do, but still, though, it's just, like you said, it's the memories. It's, it's just seeing it again and, remembering those little tunes and the jingles and stuff. It was I loved it. I love it. This is the era that I miss. And I tell people all the time, if I could create a time machine and just go back, I would go back to this time. I absolutely loved it. I got one more before we wrap up and get up out of here. So, where is it at? Here we go.
Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it off my back. Get it for got 3 in a row. Go for one more. Go for it. Too late, Joe. Connect 4. Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins. Go for the bottom and go for the top. Watch for the block. Begin at your stop. Go for the glory. Go for that star. Go for it. I win. Connect 4. Go for it. Yeah. Connect 4.
Happy times, the feel good times right there. Like, that's really no, come on now. I'm not dirty minded when it comes to that. I'm telling you, go pull up that Mr. Bucket commercial and go look at the comments, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you muted yourself. Oh man, yeah, it's just memories.
I'm listening, my friend.
Memories, absolutely. But again,
talking in the background and stuff.
Oh yeah. Do your thing. But yeah, again, just the moral of tonight's episode is, find ways to just make things fun again. Again, it's not about necessarily being kiddie or anything like that. It's just, good old fashioned fun. It's like, we can't forget about those things that we came up loving, enjoying, that were just really entertaining for us. And like I said, you're never too old to go back and play some of these types of these games and just have general fun with everybody, friends, family, whoever. It's like, we need to get more positive elements in the world and stuff. Everything just doesn't have to be negative and stuff, And again, we're not saying that there's anything wrong with, social media stuff with, like TikToks and, Instagram and all that stuff like that, or even just, video games. But, sometimes bust out a board game with friends and family. Bust out, bust out Bop It. Or, another one, too, that a lot of people forget about. You guys remember Skip It? Skip it. Like, put the little thing around your leg and, you had to keep, like, jumping, doing the...
it was like a jump.
It was almost like jump rope and stuff like that. But you had the thing around your leg. And you just keep, like, twisting it around. And, of course, if you hit it, you had to start all over again. But again, it's just like... Bring back these memories, especially if you have families and stuff like that. Pull out some of these board games. Just take all the devices away one day. Snatch the PlayStation and the Xbox and the phones away. Bring back Twister, or pull out those games that you have sitting up in the attic somewhere in the basement. Pull them out one time and have a family night. And tell you see how much fun these kids and just the whole family and even your friends would have if you just bring this stuff back. But we got to get back into these types of things. This is what we want. I think people are just kind of too, I don't want to say they're afraid to do it, but I just feel like they feel like everyone's not going to be into it. But you would be surprised. You would be surprised how many people
Out there that's still doing it though. They're still pulling out board games and things like that. But like I
Yeah,
say, most people they got a closet full of all them board games and things like that. So it's like we can still go over there and just like what game we gonna play this week or whatnot and things like that. So that's why I was like, well, if they tend to keep it up like that, then it will never die, because it'll be still in that generation as it, you can go back to that same house and go get these board games and just play. So, but like now they coming up with new games where you got to tie tissues to your butt and play music, rum shake, and then you gotta put balls off in there, and you just dance to the music. But the only part you can move is your butt, and the ball fall out. And at the end of the song, you gotta stop and don't touch nothing. And you gotta count how many balls that's off in there. It takes like how many girls it's around, but how many people. But it's called rum shake.
rump
So
shake. Wow, I never heard of that.
it's called rum shake. You just tie like it's a tissue, like a tissue box. A little tissue napkin box or holder, whatever, and you fill them up with ping balls. You fill them up with ping balls, like 4 or 5, like say 10 pin balls. Everybody get 10 pin balls in their thing, and you tie it around your waist, up on your buttocks area. And when the music plays, you just dance your booty and stuff. You just dance so all the pin balls will fall out the back. You shake your rump. You know what I mean? You shaking your rump. So trying to dance and shake your rump, with these ping balls that come up out out the box. So when the music cut off, you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? So whoever got the less pin balls off in the box, wins. If your pin balls already fell out, you can say I win before the music cuts off. You know what I mean? So
That
it
sounds
comes games, new involvements of things with family coming into. So it's pretty epic, man. Y'all should. It's called rump shake.
rump shake.
Shake.
Hey, if whatever works. I mean, if it brings people together, they're having fun. I mean, who am I to argue that? But
Like play spoons. Spoons is pretty fun.
yeah,
Everybody family can play. Bring us paper spoons is the best ones you can play with because they break. But you gotta watch out too because two people be over there fighting over another spoon. So and you don't want to waste no spoons because you get the metal ones they bend and you gotta go keep in silverware. So you down to the knives and stuff. So forks and things. So
yeah.
just
Like Cowboy said, you gonna play spoons, team plastic. Don't bend your actual silverware and stuff. Unless you go to the dollar store and grab all new silverware. But most people don't like to do that. So I mean, but yeah, hey,
just bring your own spoons that game. Bring your own spoons. We got so bring your own spoons.
what they call it? BYOS. Bring your own
Yeah,
spoon.
spoons.
I love it. But
Spoons.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Oh, what's going on, Panama? Oh, you just missed it. We over here having a ball right now. We were just talking about all the popular board games and whatnot. You might have to catch the replay because we actually about to wrap this up and stuff. Doom, what's going on?
And then the thing is ditch them. Don't forget ditch them.
Nah, I can't do ditch them. I'll let you and you peoples have that one. Ditch them. Nah, you can't be throwing those sticks and rocks at me.
You want to go to a wild day? Like, hey, let's go play ditch them. Man, it's fun, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's fun. It is fun. I go seek and tag at the same time. You can't get no better than that.
Maybe after I maybe sip a couple bottles of wine or something like that, maybe I'll do that. But
now it's paintball shooting now. They got it like it's paintball shooting.
Oh,
what I mean? Paintball. But instead of the guns and stuff, we got sticks and this and whatever we got in our hand, we chunking it because we got to ditch them.
Yeah, I'll let you have that right there. Only if I was in like a intoxicated state, maybe, but sober, nah. But Cowboy, I appreciate it as always. Thank you for rocking the panel and stuff like that. Feel free to come up anytime, my guy. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Again, man. It's 8 o'clock over yonder, so peace and blessings, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great day, man. It's on.
Take care, my guy.
You too. Ow!
Ow. You gotta love him. You gotta love him. That's the big homie right there, Cowboy. But you said it's 5 a.m. where you are over there? Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Pakistan. I always forget that. It's all good. Just catch the replay, y'all. Catch the replays. You know, like I said, these streams are here to stay. Chauncey, what's going on, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm actually wrapping up here with the stream and whatnot, and you know we're reaching the end of this episode. But hey, like I said, I still got more and more episodes on the way, so stay tuned. November 4th, everybody. That's a Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next episode, we're going to be talking about dancers, dance groups, and dance crews. So that's next up. So, everybody making their way in. All right, Mom. Appreciate you coming through. Deeds was good, my guy. How you feeling? How you living? Welcome, man. Yeah, everybody, y'all reaching y'all coming in at like the last minute. We about to wrap it up. I have the topic scrolling down at the bottom there through the banner. Popular board games we were talking about. But real quick though, I'll let you guys answer this question since you for those that are still in here. So, question 1: even though they're still around, why do you think board games overall aren't as popular as they were back in the day? So, I'm gonna let you guys quickly give you a take on these questions while I get ready to wrap it up. Here's question 2: why do you think certain board games didn't get as much attention as the more popular advertised ones? Question 3: if you had the opportunity to create your very own board game, what type of board game would it be, and what would be the objective of the game? And then final question: what's your take and opinion on board games now being added into video games? Are there any of your favorites in particular that you would like to see get turned into video games? So those are the 4 questions right there. And then, of course, you know, last but not least, the Mount Rushmore thing. Give me your Mount Rushmore and your honorable mention for board games and for television commercials and theme songs that correlate to those board games. So, going through some BS, but it's all good. Things happen. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. But look, just stay positive. You know, go to what I call your place of peace. You know, talk with God and just let him see it all the way through. And, you know, just keep a positive mindset. Man, if you ain't got Crush Groove, oh, what? Come on. You know I'm all about the Crush Grooving, body moving. You talking to an 80s, 90s baby over here. You know I know about the Crush Groove. That's one of my favorite ones right there. We definitely want to dive into that for the next episode. So as I was mentioning, next topic in about 2 weeks, November 4th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dancers, dance groups, and dance crews. We're going to definitely talk about it. Electronic devices and the ability to play the games with simplified rules. Okay. Because it's not automated technology kill board games. Yeah, that everybody said that exact same thing. We were talking about that earlier. Rules can be complex, but folks don't want to understand it. Absolutely. For board games, as video games are amazing because the rules are easier. They are. They actually are. For me, I was just saying earlier that it's a love-hate thing because I feel like it takes away from, you know, being able to get people together, you know, have those family game nights and be able to actually play the game. But at the same time, if you have friends and family that don't live close by or they've moved and relocated, it's good, especially if they have the consoles, because you guys can all join online and play, or even do what I do where I stream the games and you have people come in and they get to interactively play. So it's definitely a love-hate thing. So I definitely rock with it on that. I think Monopoly was the most popular one. Oh, yeah. Even still to this day, like with the gaming consoles, Monopoly is probably like the top game. I actually saw a survey of all of the top board games that have been turned into video games, and Monopoly actually is like the number 1. So many people play it. But one of these days, I don't know, maybe I will buy it and probably play it for all of us to do like an interactive thing. It dealt with money and finances. Absolutely. Absolutely. April Showers, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Hey, so many people coming in now. It's like just about to wrap it up. But I do appreciate the support, though, and the love. Thank you. If you didn't have Crossfire as the best commercial for a board game and operate, that's why I rock you, Chauncey. You my guy. Believe it or not, Crossfire and Operation. That's so funny that you said that because those are in my Mount Rushmore for television commercials, the theme songs. Operation, Crossfire, Connect 4, Mousetrap, and Mr. Bucket. That's my list right there for the television commercials. So, hey, I'm right with you though. So if you don't got Crossfire or Operation up there, then yeah, we like Chauncey said, we can't talk. We can't even have a convo. It also kills the ability to cheat when you use a console. Very true. Very true. Oh, you got them all? Okay, yeah. One of these days we got to link up and definitely play them for sure. Monopoly is on the PlayStation Deluxe. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It is. They did make it free. I actually have the PlayStation membership. So yeah, you know what? One of these days we all got to get together, and that would be fun. Everyone was telling me too that I should play The Sims and stuff because I know that's also a board game. So I told everybody I'm definitely going to look into that for sure, though. Monopoly is dope, but it's really long. I think, you know what, that's probably one of the reasons why I never really got into it, because of the fact that it was so long, you know, but I'm willing to give it a chance again, you know, and try it again and see how it pans out for sure, though. So absolutely. George, I was just telling people that, you know, Mr. Bucket, people like heard the theme song and they literally minds just went right in the gutter. It's like, no, like, and you had to explain to people like, look, Mr. Bucket isn't that type of game. I mean, like, yeah, I know you hear the song and already you just get dirty minded, but it's like, no, it's not that type of game. But you know, you can't tell these people nothing. Like, you try to tell them, like, look, it's not that. Yeah, you put the balls in the top of his head, he shoots them out, and then you got to scoop them back up and basically just keep repeating it. But people knew the objective of the game, but because people just, you know, so dirty minded, they just took it to a whole nother level and stuff. It's just and you know what's sad? They actually reinvented Mr. Bucket. I remember I saw it at Walmart. They reinvented it and they changed it up. So it still is the same format, but they've added like new features to it. So it's really dope. But again, the whole moral of this is, you know, never forget about the things that, you know, you had the most fun playing and enjoying. Come on, Sean. Oh, somebody else said the same. I think it was Sharon did. She said the same thing. You're like, wee. Oh, yeah. Oh. Bop it. Yeah. We were talking about all this stuff. Bop it, Light Bright, Skip It, all those popular tabletop ones, and just, oh man, but I'm sorry. Hey, I don't care what nobody says. Like, I would still play Mr. Bucket to this day. Like I said, my mind ain't all in the gutter like most people, so I can still play that game to this day and have fun. But yeah, that's just the thing, everybody. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter how young, how old. It's all about just having good, wholesome fun. You know, like, never give up on, you know, what was fun and what put a smile on your face and what brought back memories and stuff. And that's one reason why, you know, I wanted to do this episode and definitely talk about this, because again, I feel like we forget about the things that were just the most entertaining, that, you know, that really put a smile on our face, and stuff that's still out to this day that we can still go and play and get everybody together and just have a good time and stuff like that, regardless whether, you know, it's competitive or it's just natural, wholesome fun. That's what it's all about. What's going on, Angie? How you feeling? How you living? Angie Styles in the building. Yeah, she was here. I don't know if she's still here or not. She might have stepped away for a minute. Let me see. Yeah, she was here earlier. We were just talking about all the different ones. I actually showed a couple commercials, just kind of bringing back the memories and stuff. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Clue is that's in my yeah, that's in my Mount Rushmore. It's my honorable mention. But yeah, absolutely. Twister in Operation. Absolutely. But yeah, everybody that's coming in, definitely catch the replay for sure. Again, as I mentioned, my next two episodes, episode 23, we're going to be talking about popular dancers, groups, and dance crews. So big shout out to my aunt Angie Styles, because she actually gave me the idea for that. I remember we were in a group chat and she was saying something about they're trying to they want to see who will win a dance battle between Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, or something along the lines of that. And the minute she said that, automatically like the gears in my head started turning. I was like, yeah, that's definitely one we got to talk about. So episode 23, 2 weeks from today, November 4th. It's actually going to be on a Friday. So we're going to talk about that one, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout. Mark your calendars now. Save it so we can talk about that. And next month, everybody, the anticipated Battle of the Beats 3. It's finally here. We're making it happen. Some really, really dope music producers from all around are coming through. We're definitely going to have a ball. I got a couple judges that are going to be helping me with that one. So we definitely, there's no question about that. I'm going to save that for episode 23, though, because we definitely are going to dive into that one for sure. Yeah, so just mark y'all calendars now for that one. And I even have it already set up, upcoming. If you guys go to the homepage of my channel, you'll see where it's at. So save the notification, hit notify me for the bell and whatnot, and definitely come through for that one, because we are definitely going to talk about that one. Yeah, I was a huge Clue fan back in the day. Still am, still to this day. I was saying that I hope they turn that into like a video game or something. They need to, because that would be really, really dope. But yeah, definitely save the date for those two events. November 4th, 7 p.m., episode 23 of the debate table, dancers, groups, and crews. November 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Battle of the Beats 3. We got to do it one last time. So come through, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we definitely going to make it happen. But for those coming in, just catch the replay of this one. You guys can comment and let me know what your answers are for all of the questions that I pose for everybody. So again, I truly, truly appreciate this continuous love and support. I'm glad you guys are having fun with this. And also one last thing too, if you guys have any other topics that I can turn into full out debates and stuff, let me know. So, just hit me up either through YouTube. If you got Discord, you can hit me up through there, Instagram, or if you have my direct number, shoot me a text and let me know, like, hey, Jay, what do you think about doing this topic or that topic and stuff like that? So we definitely can make it happen, because I want to keep this thing going as long as possible. But again, big shout out to you all. Thank you for this continuous support. Oh, one last thing too, in regards to Battle of the Beats. Thank you all for all the views, the comments, the likes. Both Battle of the Beats 1 and 2 combined right now are at 900 views. I cannot believe that. That is amazing. So thank you all for making that what it is. I can't wait for this next one. We are going to have an absolute ball. So thank you for that. Thank you. Truly, it means a lot to me. But as always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. Anytime I go live, come through, kick your feet up. My home is your home. You already know what it is. And remember the 4 beautiful things that make this world go round: peace, love, positivity, and prosperity always. So until next time, ladies and gents, it's your boy. I'm signing off. This has been another episode of the Debate Table, and we out of here. Love y'all. Peace. And I'm gone.